Greetings, my fellow English learners. Today we have an interesting topic. We're going to learn how to compare things in English. This content was made for school 8th graders approximately, but it can be useful for beginners and for those who want to polish their English. The objectives for today are to comprehend the use of comparative and superlative adjectives and to create a comparison sentence. So now let's jump right into it. How do we compare things or people in English? Well, there are a lot of ways and it's really easy actually. But first, let's go through what a comparison is. A comparison is the process of comparing two or more people or things. For example, apples are cheaper than mangoes. What I'm trying to do is to compare the prices of the fruits and indicating that apples have a lower price in relation to mangoes. And now let's see what an adjective is. An adjective is a word used to describe a noun or a pronoun. It can be used to give attributions of quality, characteristics, or states to a noun or a pronoun. The first example that we have is I am older than my brother. First we have the noun I, we have the verb am, the comparative adjective older, and the rest of the sentence. In this other example, we have that the shopping mall is the biggest building in the city. The shopping mall being the noun or the subject, is being the verb, plus the superlative adjective, which is biggest, and the noun of the object of the sentence, which is building in the city. Now, let's see what suffixes are. We're going to work with the suffixes er and est. These are additions to the end of a word. We are going to use these suffixes to make our adjectives to be comparative or superlative. For example, we have the adjectives strong, big, and happy. To make a comparative form of these adjectives, we have to add the er ending or the er suffix to the end of the word. We got stronger, bigger, and happier. And with the superlative form, we're going to use the suffix est. Strongest, biggest, and happiest. But that's not all. There are some rules that we have to follow in order to make correct use of the adjectives. If the adjective has a consonant plus single vowel plus consonant structure, like the word big, the consonant must be doubled before adding the ending. The final consonant must be doubled before adding the ending. The final consonant of the word big is the G, so we have to write the G 2 times. Bigger and biggest. For adjectives ending in Y, like happy, we have to change the Y to an I before adding the ending. Happier and happiest. In the case of some large words that have 2 or more syllables, we just have to add more or most before the adjective. For example, for the word efficient, we use more efficient to do a comparative and most efficient to do a superlative. Now, this is a list of some irregular adjectives that change the form of the word when they are used as comparatives or superlatives. For examples, the word good, when used as a comparative, changes to better, and when used as a superlative, is best. Similar to the word bad, with its comparative form worse and the superlative form worst. The adjective little, with the comparative form less, and the superlative form least. And far, with the comparative form farther and the superlative form farthest. But now, how do we use comparatives? We use comparative adjectives to compare a single person or a thing with another person or a thing. For example, I am older than my brother. Here, we are simply indicating the difference between our ages. We are going to use the comparative adjective older to compare two persons' ages, me and my little brother. And it's important to remember that we always have to use than after the adjective. In a sentence, your head is harder than rock, we are saying that this person's head is especially hard, and it is compared to the hardness of a rock. And in the other sentence, a famous mathematic can calculate faster than a calculator. The calculation of the mathematic is notably fast, so we compare it to the one of a calculator. But now, how do we use superlatives? We use superlatives to indicate that a person or thing is different to the rest of the group of people or things. For example, the shopping mall is the biggest building in the city. What is being said is that there is a building that is bigger than any other building in the city. This is where superlatives are used, to indicate that someone or something is different from the rest. In the other example, we have that the Antarctica is the coldest place on Earth. It is indicated that there's no other location in the world that is colder than the Antarctica. Now, let's get to the exercises. First, we have a comparative exercise. Complete the sentence using the comparative form of the adjective. Start with the first noun, use the comparative form of the adjective, and mind the example. Here, I give you the words bike and car to be compared, so you can say that a bike is slower than a car. Now, grab your pencil or open a document in your computer to write your own sentences using these examples. You can pause the video to get some time and write your answers. Now, the exercise 2, we have to complete the sentence using the superlative form of the adjective. First, you have the noun, and next to it is the group where it belongs. Mind the example. We are comparing the diamond among all the minerals. The diamond is the hardest mineral. Now, you can pause the video to write your own sentences. So that is all for today. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, please don't doubt to write your comments or to communicate with me, and I will try to answer your doubts and your questions. To the next time, bye.